straightforward to the comparison operators, as we saw the example of the GPA, I believe, last class, the example of the that discussed the GPA. Even the affectation tool, it is said to it is not a comparison, but let me just come back to the come on, I yes, exactly, this is the one. Uh, Yes, so when we say that for example, in the example of when we are trying to extract the details of the profile of a student, if his GPA is in between 80 and 100, so the range that the GPA has to play in is 80 to 100. So we have to test that the GPA is greater than or equal to this to the 80. In addition to, this is a logical operator. The and is a logical operator. In addition to the GPA also has to be actually less than 100. So we are utilizing two types of operators: the range, in addition to the logical operator. The logical, you saw that they are the and, or, and null. The greater than or the later than, sorry, less than, they are range operators. Let's go to the third one, which is the comparison operators. The comparison operators. We are going to compare values, variables to values, or values to values, or variables to variables. We're going to make actually a sort of comparison, literally like it is comparison. We use two main keywords, which are the between and the not between. The syntax for building any query, it would be the same. We are not going to utilize the, remember, we are not going to set a comparison operator, or let's say a range operator, from within an insert query, from within an update query. We are only tackling the select the extraction query, the one responsible for retrieving data from inside the database only. So such the four groups, actually, the four of them, they are only to be applied in an extraction, let's say, basic query, which is the select only. Um, yes, the two keywords for this, let's say, group of operators, the comparison operators, the between and the not between, two main keywords. Same syntax, apply. Let's take the example. Before of that, let's continue. Let's finish the theory, discussing the fourth one, the list operators. We have also two other keywords to utilize: the in and the not in. I'm going to show you an example for the comparison operators. I believe you see the screen now. We are expecting just details about product, the name and the price, the name and the price, and so on. List of products. The constraint is that the shart is that the price, or the unit price, has to be in between 19, let's say, units, or real, for example, and 18 and 19. It has to be in between 18 and 19. We are utilizing the word between, which is a keyword. This logical operator to finish, to accomplish the task of this between, means without the and, we are not going to be able to succeed running this query. So between value 1 and value 2. This is a keyword also, this and here. It's a keyword. Such an output would be similar to this one. We may utilize not the comparison, but the range operators. See here, we are utilizing the greater than, less than. We will have the same result also. We will have the same result. Specifically, actually, the range operator, just to bring your attention, the range operator, when we say greater than or equal, it's not unique. I may utilize, like they described here, I may utilize only greater than strictly or less than strictly. Strict greater than or strict less than means if I'm going to check the value of this unit price to be in between 18 and 19 reals, let's say, and we're going to use the range operators, strict less than, strict greater than, so the values would change. We're not going to choose the 18 and 19, because if we do so, see the output, it's not the same. It's not the same. We have to change those values to be 17 and 20 here in order to include those two, let's say, border values, the 18 and 19 also. So this is concerning the comparison operator. We can solve the issue here using the range operators. It's not the unique solution. So range operator, let's say comparison operator, they can give us the same. It's a matter of understanding which one it fits your answer, your query, your request. So you apply. The second example I'm going to show it to you, which is actually the context of the list operator or the lists operators. I believe the screen is visible to you now. I believe the screen is visible to you now. عالية كيف حالك؟ عالية, are you here? Ahmed Al-Jabri, are you here? Jahina, are you here?
Yes, mister.
Juhaina, are you here? Okay, Ahmed. Okay, I'll keep going on. I'll keep going on. The list operator is the in we said that. In or not in. As literally speaking here, in. So there had to be something delimited a group of values to check in. Or not in also, there have to be group, let's say, a group of values to check in. See the syntax. We are going to retrieve group of details, lists of, let's say, profiles, country profiles, or countries in plural profiles from an entity where a field, a field, here it is the same, a field, his value is, in this example, in this range of values. See the syntax, we are just utilizing the simple parenthesis, and its value, since it's a string, it is delimited with a single quote, then after a comma for separation of each value from the other, first value, second value, third value, and so on. If you have more than that, you have to respect the syntax and you go on, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. So this way we are retrieving the property, the properties, yes, from the entity if this constraint has to be fulfilled. What does it mean? It means if this field, the country, the field, this word country from where? It is one of the table, let's say, fields, yeah, one of the columns inside the of the table. See here, this is the attribute, this is the objects inside the database. This is the object, this is the table inside the database. Those are the fields. The primary key is the ID, and the country is one of the fields. It's one of the columns inside the entity, the table. So if the country, this one, is the value you are going to write inside the country is either USA or UK or Japan. So we are going to extract. If we are just going through this output, see here. So UK, USA, Japan, UK, USA. All of those values here, they are here. USA is available, UK is available, Japan is available, and so on. In. For the concern of the not in, the vice versa, the controversial case, we are utilizing the actually different values here. If the unit price, it's another entity and it's another field. The unit price the value in the unit price, not in those values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we are going to display. This is the entity, this is the object. Those are the values available where it is. Unit price, here it is, the price. If the value is written in this field here, they are not available in this list, so we are going to display. And it is true. See here, 18 is not available, 19 is not available, 22 is not available, 21.35 is not available, 25 is not available. So they are fulfilling the output of this outcome, of this query. Any questions, please? Any questions, please? I come back to the presentation. Any questions I ask you, and I insist on that. Remember the 4 steps rule that we have to follow in each query we build in order to yes, be sure that we are building a correct query, and we are, let's say, going through a correct solution. Let's say solving the issue correctly, no more or less. Summary here is just a small summary on what we saw so far regarding the operators. Mainly, we have 4 groups of operators: the logical operators and or not. Convergent operators, we saw the greater than, less than, strictly greater than, strictly greater than, not. This exclamation mark here, not, means not. In the comparison operators, we may utilize, for example, here we're going to say equal. We utilize the equal like it is. Yes, here it is. Here it is. Yes. Not equal. For example, we want to say that the city is not Muscat, it's Nizwa, the city. So how to say that the city is not Muscat, not Muscat, not equal to Muscat? So we indicate it in the comparison operators using the exclamation mark here. This exclamation mark. So see, exclamation mark immediately equal. They are both of them. They are one operator. Exclamation mark equal means not equal, not less than, not greater than. Third, which is the range, we use between, not between. List, in, not in. Clear? عالية. Is it clear? عالية أسجلك absent. I believe so. Good. We continue dealing with the SQL processes only. We are going to expand the usage of the SQL queries. Still, we are talking about the extraction only. We are going to talk about the extractions only in the comment section, or what we are going to add it now as knowledge. It would be applied on the SQL select query only. We see that step by step if there are exceptions. The first objective of this section is to learn the usage of the components. One technique, one technology, one feature, one property, which is nominated wildcard, or wildcards in plural. We see the usage of those wildcards whenever we are going, in the example here, whenever we are searching for approximate values, not fixed values, in the sense of we are going to search for something similar to, like something, in this context. Also, we are going to see that we are able to extract values except the null values, except the empty values from an entity or something like that. So the usage of the null property or the null keyword, we see how to use it. The null, is not null. In addition to, actually, without discussing those objectives, we see them one by one. Those are to be applied within the where clause. And let's dig in. We are going to extract from this query here. See the example, we are going to use it to discuss the usage of the wildcards. from a list of, let's say, newspapers, stored newspapers names, we are going to extract the name that they hold within the name Texas Times. We are having an entity in a database, and this entity is holding the newspapers names, and we are willing and we are requested through this question to extract newspapers names where the name holds in between the two words Texas Times. It's not equal, it's not vault, it's not a strict value to match. No, if it holds in between the words Texas Times, so we extract the value, no more or less. We extract the name means. First step is the format. We pass through the 4 steps rule we met okay since the beginning. The format. Then after we're going to build the query. Later on we execute and we check, we verify. Regarding the format, actually it's a preposition only, the newspaper name, the contact of the person, whatever, those are details from the newspaper itself, but the most important is the newspaper name, according to the question. Actually, to know what are the other details here, this one or the other, you have to know the architecture of the newspaper entity discussed here in this question. The newspaper here, Jackson Demel, or actually entity or whatever. You have to know what are the fields available. Then after you discuss the format, but mainly it's clear. We need the name, so we extract the name. Syntax for that. To build up such a query means the newspaper here, the newspaper name, sorry, here, it would display names that they hold Texas Times. Here it is. And more than that, it may hold words before, it may hold words after, and so on. So the syntax will include some strange characters for us. They are the first time we're going to use, which is a wildcard, which is the ampersand, which is a wildcard, to indicate that any value replacing the position here where we are going to utilize this ampersand, any value would be accepted. Any value to be presented at the position where the ampersand is existing, it would be accepted. It would be brought to us in output. We are not going to use neither the range, neither the logical, nor the list operators, none of them. We are not going to use any of them. We are going to use the like, let's say, keyword. It's a keyword to indicate that we're going to match a similarity, not a strict, let's say, similarity. It's something to like the word literally to be discussed, literally described. Syntax, as I said, it's only with the select. We need the properties. Those are the 3 fields we set in the format here. Contact, phone, and name. From the entity name, the object, the table. Where what? The field requested to deliver the value, which is the newspaper name. See, newspaper name is the one to be tested, where this field name, this same field, C newspaper name, is like what? Yes, this is the value we match, but before of it, we may have other text. We may have other text after. We may not. Possibly to find a newspaper that starts with Texas Times immediately, or possibly we find a newspaper that ends with Texas Times only. Means here we may have other text, we may not. It may be nothing. Here also we may have other text, we may not. The important is that there are those 2 words inside the name available in this field. Select properties from entity where field like the value before of it, ampersand, after it, ampersand. Means here that we may have names at the beginning of the name. There are different words. At the end, there are different words. If I ask you, if I just modify this query here, just to bring your attention only, to make you prove that you understood, I'll ask by name and I need you to answer here. I need you to write the thing in the chat box. ما حصلت هذا الشابتر. Exactly, this is a good notes, Jahina. I'll come to you. I'll reply you now. I'll reply you now. I'll reply you now regarding this question. ما حصلت هذا الشابتر. But answer my question first of all of you. I need an answer from all of you in the chat box here. I need an answer. I'm clear in asking this in the chat box. If I'd like you to change to answer the question, but with a small modification. The modification is that it is not to hold the word Texas Times or the two words Texas Times in their names. No, they start the name with Texas Times. It's not in the name, but start the name. That's it. Starts the name with Texas Times. Come on. Starts the name with Texas Times. What would be your answer if the name we needed to be started with Texas Times? What would be your answer? I bring the criteria. Yes, we need the name. It's not holding in between of the name and the inside the name the words Texas Times. No, we need to start with Texas Times. What would be the modification? Come on, come on, come on. 1, 2, 3. Rawan, what would be the modification?
Yes, Mr.
What would be the modification? Iman, what would be the modification?
Like to change the.
Yeah, there will be a small modification, small change. Yeah, what is it?
I don't know exactly what.
I repeat the question and I'll give you the answer. Listen to me. I'll repeat the question and I'll give you the answer. Listen to me, everybody. اللي نايم يصحى. I said you are required to extract the list of the newspapers' names. Small modification that the name has to start with those two words, Texas Times. It's not the name holds in between its content the two words. And the name is Texas Times. No, 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 no. We need the name to start with Texas Times. So what would be the modification? Simply, we don't need any text to be at the beginning. Only Texas Times, but the name, the text might appear at the end. So we delete this ampersand. Easy. Replace it. See, I'm gonna write it apart. Either this one or this one. What's the difference? The difference here is that I'm inserting this ampersand here, this wildcard here. Here means the name might hold the Texas Times in between. Maybe at the beginning, maybe at the end, maybe in middle, any place. Here, no. And this like here, no. It has to start with Texas Times, and it might have other text at the end. At the end, only at the end. Here, this way. Is it clear?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, I'll mark absent whomever does not write yes if I pronounce his name now. إذا تسمع اسمك just type yes now. وسأجاوبكم على ما حصلت هذا الشابتر تو. And hurry up please. Let me insert the field first. عالية نصر. عالية عالية عالية. أحمد الجابري. أحمد الجابري. أحمد الجابري. عايشة. عايشة. both absent. غدير. احمد وين كنت؟ ترى الاعذار مالك ما راح اقبلها دائما. احمد وين كنت؟ غدير. أيوه يا غدير. نسوي لك اياه. ايمان. I need to hear your voice please. معك هنا وين كنت؟ زين ايمان here.
Yes, دكتور.
اوكي جهينة. 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 مازون. نشوى. نصر. راقية. راقية are you here؟ يا راقية. روان. راقية absent. روان. ريان. رزان. رزان are you here رزان؟ ردينة. شذاء. زوين. Yes, great. Ahmed, the question is to you. Ahmed, the question is to you. If you want to have the output of the same query, but the name at the end is holding the two words Texas Times. We want to extract here the same. We need to extract the details of the newspaper. Yet the name has to be at its end holding those two words Texas Times. So what would be the modification? And I tell you, the modification will be here only. What would be the modification? The end of the name is Texas Times. The end, the terminal two words of the name is Texas Times. So what would be the modification? Easy. It's very easy. Don't think a lot. أمر بسيط. Shada, what would be the modification, Shada? Okay, I keep going on. The answer is to you. You have to bring it in future time. Don't worry. Okay, we execute and we test if it is matched in the format or not. So it's a matter of visual display, no more, no less. Another query here, just to utilize the wildcards also still. We are going to display the contact, the recruiter actually of an interview, let's say do or something like that. But the name begins with J. The letter J. We need the name to start with J. Yes, not two words now. We need a letter, a specific letter. No more, no less. Interview you are going to sit for, and the interviewee name has to start with the J. So no more, no less. The output actually it's scheduled. It's another context. Let's go for the example. If I'm able to visualize it. Regardless, actually here it would be the same. I'm gonna just come back to the same query we utilized. I'm gonna modify this thing here. I'm gonna modify this thing here to answer this question. Yes, to answer this question that the name of the recruiter has to start with J. I'm gonna modify the query a little bit. to fulfill this query. Yes. So the interview date. Now I'm gonna modify. I'm gonna take off this thing, and later on I return it. Just we need the let's say the name to start with J. So simply like single quotation ampersand. What is the field name? I'm gonna copy this field name. Ampersand single quotation. Am I right? Am I answering the question right? No, I'm not, because the question said that it has to start with J. It has to start with J. So there is no ampersand at the beginning. Then after this field name here has to be set before the like. So the field name like what? J ampersand. Very easy. It has to start with J. Then after comes whatever it can be appearing. Ampersand. No more, no less. So simply, it is like that. Let's come to the question where it is asking us to utilize the null values. Sorry, let me come back. Yes. We are going to set up, we are going to display the list of candidates where they are going to sit for an interview, but they do not have an interview date yet. And the database entity, the database table, we are going to extract the details, the properties of the interviewees from the entity if their date of interview is not yet set. They do not have a date yet for an interview, so we are going to extract them. So the field interview date, has to be null. If it is null, yes, output. Otherwise, nothing will be outputted. Very easy. If it is null, we bring the output. Otherwise, no, then no. In the same format, actually, rule we apply in order to avoid any issues. Good. We are going to, in this example now, let's go for the other, let's say, keyword and another feature that we may set up inside the SQL query, which is the context of ordering. We are going to order the output in an ascending mode or in a descending mode. So the request is asking us to display a list of vacancies available in an ascending order based on the position. So we are going to check up the position, and those positions we are going to literally order them in an ascending mode. What does it mean? It means alphabetically we are going to order the list of the vacancies available in a job, let's say, list in an ascending mode. A, B, C, D, E, F alphabetically. So we're going to list them. We may do that actually numerically or whatever, but in this context, he's asking us to list to list and order the group of vacancies in an ascending mode. The 4 steps rule we apply. Draft, first of all, position, description, position, description, position, description. It's an output. We need it this way. The syntax. Still, it is in the select only, so we are going to extract the group of properties, which are the 2 fields, the position and the description. So we extract the 2 fields from the entity, ordered by. The context is asking us to order them by position, where it is, by position. So we are going to use the position field, order by. Well, it is, yes, order by. The field name would be actually order by position. In ascending mode, ASC keyword. It's a keyword. We type it like it is. Otherwise, there would be an error. It's a keyword. You use it like it is. Or in a descending mode, DSC, we use the same word here. Either this or that. The question is asking ascending mode, so we apply ASC. Descending mode, if it changes, so we use the EC. Let's see the solution itself. So the two fields we're going to extract here, they are C position code and the V description, both of them separated with a comma. The entity, and then after the order by the same field. Here actually he's doing description, whatever. ASC, ascending mode. ASC in ascending mode. So it would be ordered alphabetically, A, B, C, D, E, F, the first by one. The first, then the second, and the third, and so on. We execute and we test. We compare, we check up if did we match the output or not. Another keyword, we are going to yes, extract from a list of shortlisted candidates for an interview, but we're going to extract and display only the top three, the first top three, let's say, shortlisted candidates. I repeat, in this example here, we are willing to extract the top three, shortlisted candidates from, let's say, a list of shortlisted interviewees. Means, for example, we have 10 candidates they are going to sit for the interview, but in this point or at this level, we need only to extract, to display the top three. The first, the second, the third. Full stop. Here it is. So there is a keyword, the four steps rule first. The keyword here we're going to utilize is the top. The word top. We're going to utilize like it is top. And then after we indicate the number of positions we need. Syntax. Top actually is to be utilized here before the field name and the first part of the query itself. Select top. The n represents the number we need. Actually, here in this question is 3. Then the field you are required to check its value. In this example, the percent or whatever, if it's let's say grade or GPA or whatever. Then after the entity, if there are any conditions. If there are any conditions. Good. Because, taken, actually the tests were taken in March 2001. See, because the question here is saying to us, the test has been taken or is taken in March 2001. So we have a date. The interview or the shortlisted candidates, they are actually to be actually passing the test or whatever. The date of the interview would be in March. The tests were taken in March 2000. So we have a clear date, March from 1st to January, March 31 to 31st, where the field test date is greater than or equal March 1st. See the syntax. Here we are expecting the date syntax and logical operator. The same field is less than or equal. See the syntax, March 31st. Top 3 is the position. Summary, select the top 3 all the fields from the entity external candidates. We have a clause here, we have actually a condition, a constraint to set, which is the date of the test to be from the 1st of March till the 31st of March. We're going to sort them, actually descendant mode. The answer of the question stops here. So top 3, because the question is asking us to display only the top 3 shortlisted candidates from the entity. And this is the, let's say, condition to fulfill. Any questions, please? Regarding the chapter, I did not